These are the people who did not give up.
Wake up every morning to a new day, new beginning. Just keep going.
Even when they lost nearly everything.
That's when you know, okay, it can't get any worse.
Or had nothing to begin with.
Why am I living somebody else's dream and not fulfilling my own?
They had a purpose, an idea, and they found a way.
You have to be willing to put it all out there.
Since 2018, we've told you their stories on TV. Now it's time to break out of the box. A new set of entrepreneurs.
My dream has always been to own different businesses.
New challenges to overcome.
Business is business, but first thing, our mission is to save lives.
But this time, we start at the beginning.
I'm not gonna go just work in an office and go 9 to 5 every day and show up and do the work I need to do. It's like, this is all just purely mine.
Their stories, their risks.
I think it's a pretty huge chance, but it's worth it for the greater good.
And their success in real time. This is Southwest Florida Reinvented, moving forward.
Make a difference in the world. Do whatever you want, just do it well and give it your best. That's all I'm asking.
Hey everybody, good to see you for episode 7. I'm Chris Shaw. Today we have a good story for you. It shows you how you can help other people when you first help yourself. We first met Lindsay Smith in episode 2, and then we got an update on her progress in episode 3. Both times, we just focused on her business and some of the delays she's had getting open. We'll update you on that progress in just a little bit. But what we really want to do in this episode is give you her backstory, the path she took to starting her own business. So we set up a couple of cameras at what will be Vibe Yoga in Fort Myers off of Daniels Parkway, and we asked Lindsay to give us a tour.
As you open up into the studio, all of these walls are completely gone.
Lindsay Smith has big things planned for this space.
I don't just take baby steps. I usually just leap into something, so here we are.
Here she is, jumping into a new business with both feet. Actually, 12 feet because her husband and 4 children are coming too. But to get the true significance of what's happening here, let's go back to a time when Lindsay's family was a lot bigger. For more than 20 years, she worked in the hospitality industry, working her way up to hotel general manager. Here she is, opening the Town Place Suites in Estero.
I would go to other hotels that were in bad shape and either wipe out the whole team and hire a whole new team and retrain, or I would go and open new hotels, and it would be like about a 2-year process.
She was great at her job. In the summer of 2017, she opened the Marriott at Coconut Point. And then a hurricane blew into her life.
A few weeks after Irma, I ended up having a stroke.
It was actually one of several she had over the years. She had a high-stress job, a husband serving overseas, and a young family. It was time for a change.
I went through a pretty huge identity crisis. I didn't know who I was. I didn't think I was worth anything.
Unfortunately, it didn't get any easier. A year later, she was pregnant with twins, and she lost one of her babies.
Went through really bad postpartum depression, and then that's when I was like, okay, I need to find something. And that's where I started learning about yoga.
She poured herself into it. And at the end of one class, when she was able to fully focus on nothing but her breathing, it happened.
It was the first time that I had that, like the world came off my shoulders feeling.
She knew she could share that feeling with people who also needed it. Lindsay took more than 200 hours of classes to learn how yoga can help people with trauma, like the men and women her husband served with.
I think it's not so much of what they see as far as events that happen, but it's the guilt that a lot of them carry because it didn't happen to them, or because they were commanding those people and they lost their lives because of a decision they made. And they live with that. And it's just, sorry. It's a pain that you can't take from someone. I just wish I could so badly.
she started teaching yoga to veterans and first responders for free.
They live in this fight or flight state, and for that 20 minutes or 30 minutes I have them on their mat, they're able to start that parasympathetic state of rest and digest. And so their body is finally able to go from blah to, and it's in that state of mind of when you're able to start healing.
Lindsay had just hit her stride helping people when COVID hit. And when she was ready to start teaching again last summer, she found all her old studios had gone out of business because of the pandemic.
So I just kind of sat there with my husband at dinner one night and I'm like, I want to open a yoga studio. And he's like, all right, write out a budget and a business plan and let's do it.
And that brings us to this building off Daniels Parkway in Fort Myers, where sometime soon, Lindsay will open up a yoga studio for people working through trauma, but also for children and everybody in between.
And the reason why we named it Vibe is I want there just to be good vibes. Like, you just come in and you feel there's no pressure, there's nobody judging you. Like, we are all here to work on ourselves.
There's a lot of work to do. Does
Yes!
that make you feel anxious or excited?
Yes, it's making me sweat. So we closed on this building on December 20th, and we have done absolutely nothing besides pay the power bill. The plans were submitted to the county January 2nd. They were supposed to be on the review board January 22nd. It's now March 1st. That was just for the demolition permit. Demolition will take only 2 days. So they're just gonna come wipe out every single wall, remove everything, rip up all the concrete because there's a water heater back there that needs to be moved to up here. And then we need our regular permit signed off on, which was submitted a few weeks ago as well.
So you're still just waiting?
Just waiting, waiting. Opening a small business, a lot of people go into it thinking, okay, it's gonna open on this day, I'm gonna make X amount of money, I'm gonna open the door and people will come. And they don't wanna put money into marketing, they don't wanna put money into the extra things that might make a difference. They don't wanna put money into training, and they don't wanna put time into training. So going into it knowing all that already, I already planned on us not making money for a couple of years. So when we put together our budgeting, it would cover all of our operating expenses, pay all of our teachers, pay the light bill, buy everything that we wanted, and still have money in our operating account. So we're not struggling or have that stress on us. And that's also why we bought the building as opposed to paying lease. So then we went ahead and hired a marketing company, TLC Marketing, and they are getting us out there and helping us spread the word to everybody and setting up websites and setting up our flyers and everything that we need for sales. I always want to give back, and I do realize that giving back, you get when you give. And I think that's overlooked a lot because people are like, oh, I don't want to offer a free class for that. But you're helping someone, and when you help someone, then they want to turn around and help themselves, which is great, or stop there, or turn around and give back somehow to someone else. And we're hoping for that chain reaction. So I love that I can offer free classes for the first month we open to everybody, or I love that anybody that comes to us and wants to try it, come try it. Like, we're not going to charge you. We want you to find what's right for you. We are a business, so we do have packages that we sell, but we're not in it for the money. So the money will come, the money will work out. We know that once we do open, for instance, we have to have at least 5 mats full of people per class. So we have 25 classes per week, and we have to have 5 mats full per class on an average. If we do that, we end up with a profit at the end of the month and everybody's happy.
How can we get customers? How can we go out? Because we couldn't go out, we couldn't go nowhere. So how can we make revenue? How can we generate revenue?
Next week, COVID as an opportunity. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach me at chris.shaw@fox4now.com. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. Until next week, this is Southwest Florida Reinvented, moving forward.